Eyes on Rugby is a great platform for players to get their name out there, to get their CV out amongst the rugby world. In my day, we didn't have the internet, so it was purely word of mouth, and those opportunities weren't really there, and if they were there, we were probably missing them. But now players, young players, have an opportunity. By having a platform like Eyes on Rugby, for me, if I was a young person, 19-year-old, I'd be scrolling the site the whole time, just seeing what opportunities were, throwing my name out, because a lot of these young kids don't have agents. It also gives the clubs an opportunity to advertise on the site to help generate revenue for the clubs. And we know that clubs struggle in this professional area, the amateur clubs struggle, and sites like Eyes on Rugby gives them opportunity to promote businesses within their clubs in terms of supporting the community, in terms of fans like us being able to look on the site to see what's going on, and it's a very informative site. So yeah, I think it's a great platform for young people and potential rugby agents to look at opportunities. I think it's a very good team. I think a reflection of the selection, as there hasn't been much talk or controversy in terms of selection. The players that are picked are the players that are in form. It's a big team, big strong team. They're obviously going to take the game to Australia, and they want to score tries. In terms of the back three from Wales they've picked, we know they can score tries. I think they have the back line that in past maybe they haven't had. That can score tries. So that will worry the Australians. They've got a big tight five, their set piece will be very strong, and they've got a loose forward trio, which is as good as anything. And I think the selection of Warburton as captain is a good selection in terms of Warren Gatland, the connection they have there, and along with his threesome with Fa'atau, Lydiot and Fitzpatrick, that makes up a very, very strong. And then you throw in a Croft. They're going to be and a Heaslip, they're going to be very, very, very dangerous, and they've got to be because they've got up against an Australian team in terms of the Super 15. They've been playing very well, and I think probably in terms of the selection of those two, Fitzpatrick and Warburton, they've got to combat the George Smiths of the world, Hooper, especially George Smith, playing in the Super 15 at the moment. He's a man amongst boys. And they've got a lot of work there to try and stop him and snaffle some of the ball that the Australians are going to get. I'm sure Warren Gatland has looked at the form and the players that will potentially be selected by Robbie Deans, and he's probably picked his team according to what is on show for the Australians going forward. You know, he's played very well of late. He's played well for Toulon. But he's made it quite clear. It's time for the new guard to come through. You know, Farrell's got the nod, and for me, the best 10 in European rugby at the moment is Johnny Sexton, and hence why he's going. I think Gatland has picked the best team available, and that's what I was saying in terms of, I don't think there's any discussion about who should have been there and who's not there. More importantly, Rob Shaw is probably the one that really stood out. You know, I personally would have loved to have seen Rob Shaw there. I think he's led well, he's learning the game, he's learning leadership well, but unfortunately there's just no space for him. But in saying that, I would not be surprised to see him on tour at some stage with injuries, and we've seen in previous Lions tours. There's been a lot of injuries throughout the tour, and the Johnny Wilkinsons, the Chris Robshaws of the world, I'm sure they'll be probably seen at some stage during this tour. As a past player, having played against the British and Irish Lions, it's the jersey that I probably cherish more than any other jersey. For a British and Irish Lion, it's their greatest honour to play for the British and Irish Lions, and for the opposition, it's one of the great jerseys to have in your cabinet. So I was very privileged. In '93 we played the British and Irish Lions, won the series 2-1, but it was a great honour to play against them. And I just, you know, the last bastion of touring teams, and as we saw, the tickets in Australia sold out in 15 minutes for all the test matches. I think they're a wonderful, wonderful brand, and long may that continue.